be telling you a really nice springtime story. It's my own version of this story called The Ants and the Lazy Grasshopper. That's an interesting story. Yeah, I think I've heard of it. I don't know if I've actually have. I'm ready to hear the story. Me too. Me three. Okay, here's the story. Once upon a time, there was a lazy grasshopper. She would never do anything except for just lay around, and she would barely do any work. And then her friends, the ants, came. Hello, Miss Grasshopper. Aren't you going to come with us to see the garden fairy? Nah, you three ants can go on without me. I'm too lazy to go with you. Oh, Miss Grasshopper, you're always just plain lazy. You never like to play with us or do work. And we don't know why. The grasshopper was so lazy that she never even liked to explain to her friends why she was so lazy. I wish no one would disturb my peace. The ants met the garden fairy at her flower garden. Hello, garden fairy. Hello, ants. I'm so glad to see you. I need your help. I'm making some yummy flower cupcakes, but I've run out of the special yummy edible flowers I use to make them. So can you pick some of these flowers in this garden for me? There are plenty of edible ones. Yes, we will, garden fairy. We do love flower cupcakes. Great. I will be back soon. Pick as many flowers as you can. Let's pick lots of flowers so the garden fairy can use them for her yummy flower cupcakes. The ants began picking and picking flowers, but the lazy grasshopper was really annoyed by their singing. Let's pick some good flowers. Hey, can you ants keep it down? I'm trying to take a nap here. Well, how about you stop being lazy and help us pick some flowers? We would greatly appreciate it if you at least helped us. No way. Now leave me alone. The ants did not like how rude the lazy grasshopper was to them, but they still kept on picking flowers, and soon they already had enough. Perfect! This is enough edible flowers for the garden fairy's cupcakes. Too bad Miss Grasshopper couldn't help us. Yeah, I wish she wasn't so lazy. Hello again, ants. Did you pick enough edible flowers for me? We sure did, garden fairy. Now you can make some cupcakes. Perfect! Then, suddenly... Uh-oh, it's raining! Quick, ants, to my castle! The ants and the garden fairy headed to the garden fairy's castle. The poor grasshopper was starting to freeze in the cold, wet rain. Brr, I'm cold. At the garden fairy's castle, the ants and the garden fairy used the edible flowers to make the flower cupcake mix. That cupcake mix looks tasty. It will look even more tasty when it's baked. Well, you ants don't need to worry about the cupcake mixture baking because I can make them perfect faster. Wow, those cupcakes look amazing! And there's plenty for us to eat. But before the four friends could get a cupcake to eat... Uh-oh, I hear the grasshopper. Something must be wrong with her. It stopped raining, so let's go out there and check on her. Hi, Miss Grasshopper. Hi, ants and garden fairy. What's the matter? I was so cold and wet out in the rain, and I realized how lazy I was. In fact, I was so lazy, I didn't even feel like hiding from the rain. Well, Miss Grasshopper, being lazy is okay, but it's also not nice to be mean. The garden fairy's right. You need to do some work with us and enjoy life like we do. You don't just need to be laying down all the time. Even when you're playing more than working. You guys are right. I'm sorry for being lazy and not helping you. From now on, I promise to help you around the gardens and meadows. And I did hear about your flower cupcakes, garden fairy. Can I come to your castle for one, please? Miss Grasshopper, because you are truly sorry and you apologized and made a promise, of course you can have a cupcake. Yay! And so, the grasshopper apologized for being lazy, and from now on, she will no longer be lazy and she will help her friends around the gardens and meadows. And she was also happy to join the ants and the garden fairy for a delicious flower cupcake. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. What a great story that was, Lola. I agree. And not to mention, it was also pretty too. I like grasshoppers. Me too. They're cute bugs. You make great stories, Lola. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you all enjoyed my story.